Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. Now here on Honest J. Nowak, I'm going to go ahead and refer to a couple things relating to forgotten memories. Oh gosh. So now, forgotten memories. What can I say about them? What I can already tell though is that they're pretty much bad news for the most part, but at the same time, considering research that I've already done, it can be good news as well, because I might as well point out the bad news first, because of course, not every memory is going to stay within you for as much as possible. There's always a time where at one point you might just happen to forget about something very important, like someone's address or someone's phone number, or something else that you must end up doing at some point later on in the day, the week, or the month, or whenever time that you're pretty much scheduled to do. But at the same time, though, there are good news about memory loss. Because for one, it seems that within our intents to live as long as possible, to become immortal and want to live at least 1,000 years, there's always been research pointing out to some scenario like that. And as it turns out, at the same time you could grow immense amounts of skin, immense amounts of hair, and you can also develop a ton of other things at the same time. And by the time that you end up reaching the age of 1,000, it turns out that your entire hippocampus, which on average can store between 2.5 to 3 whole petabytes of information, which is equivalent to everything ever posted to a few different multimedia, social media related platforms, which is an immense amount of information that you can store within your own mind. But within a few hundred years at least, your memory could end up full completely. And at this point in time, it'll be a very, very big problem. You wouldn't even be able to put two words together. A full memory, of course, would not allow for much to happen because you're so chock full of information. You wouldn't really have a lot to talk about. And in all honesty, I feel that kind of feeling so much. Because I've been able to store so much information in my brain, I was able to do tons of research, I was able to do tons of great stuff in the last 21 years nearly, and now it's about that point in time where I start experiencing premonitions of a full memory. But as it turns out, my memory is just far more significant than the average. And the fact is that doctors have made a proclaim that I could store about 4 times the average. Up to 10 whole petabytes of information. 10. Which is about 4 times the average, and I'm very, very fortunate enough to pretty much say that I have definitely been able to have as much info as possible without really having a lot of problems. But of course, the main problem about having a full memory is that that can happen. If you were to ever live hundreds of years in your life, you could have that kind of feeling. But onwards to forgotten memories again, because the bad news probably could just keep getting worse and worse. Forgotten memories can lead to some bigger problems. If you ever forget something in your life and then, well, there's always a time where you might want to go ahead and try to find out what it was that was said to you, then, well, it's not always a likely source. So that's probably something else that's probably another problem at hand. But at this time, anyone who's got forgotten memories at any sorts, then, well, you probably know where to find me. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.